Hello, John Rogers with ILA here, and I want to welcome you to this segment, A Passion for Personal Development. Now, if you're viewing this segment in our archive, then I'll let you know that this is actually the very first segment that's been run in the ILA community. That being the case, I want to take the time to let you know that in the future, you're going to enjoy hearing from a host of gifted speakers that are going to offer you a wealth of information that has the potential to take you to new levels in life. However, before we introduce you to those people, I'm going to share with you some very practical information that's really going to help you get the most out of everything that they're going to be sharing with you. Now, in this segment, I'm going to take the time to define exactly what I mean by personal development. And then along with that definition, I'm going to share with you two principles that have the potential to dramatically change the very course of a person's life. I know that sounds like a bold statement, but I'll share exactly why I say that. But before I do that, it's important to let you know exactly what I mean when I'm talking about personal development. The reason why that's important is because I know that there's a lot of people in our community that are passionate about personal development. They're students of personal development. But at the same time, I know that there's a lot of people that might be new to the whole idea of personal development. And I don't want to assume that you know what I'm talking about. You know, recently I had a conversation with someone that clearly didn't understand what I meant when I was talking about personal development, because he broad brushed the whole concept by saying, listen, this whole personal development thing is just a bunch of hogwash and nonsense. I thought it was ironic because this is a person that I really admire a lot. It's a person that's been thoughtful about progressing in knowledge, increasing their value on the marketplace, and they really exhibited a lot of character. In other words, this is a person that I recognize as being a person who practices personal development. You see, the model of personal development that I'm operating with, and what I mean when I'm speaking of that, is not some kind of ethereal advocating of emotional sentiments that bring comfort to a person. No, it's more than that. Now, I know that there's a lot of fantastic, gifted speakers out there. They have great definitions of personal development, but there's a definition that I'd like to submit to you that will be a construct and will serve as a model to move forward with. Here's that definition. Personal development is the conscious choice to improve one's life, to become a better person, and to grow as an individual. Now, what we have there is a practical, substantive, working definition. But what does it look like? Well, let me ask you this. Are you interested in furthering your education? Well, guess what? That's personal development. What about the creative arts? Are you interested in pursuing the creative arts, whether it be music or painting or writing? If that's an interest of yours and if you want to pursue that, guess what? That's personal development. Do you want to grow and do you want to learn how to be a better father, a better mother, a better husband, a better wife, or a better friend? Well, that's personal development. What about this? What about your health? Do you want to be healthier? Do you want to exercise? That's personal development. What about business? Do you want to learn how to increase your earnings and better manage your finances? That's definitely personal development. You see, it's because I believe what I do that I'm an advocate of personal development. I truly believe that a person can grow and achieve greater things in every area of their lives. Now, as I share those thoughts, there's a couple of things that I know about people. I know that when people hear those thoughts, that there's a couple of general postures that people have. The first posture is this. I know that some people hear that and they get excited about it. Their imagination is fired. If that's you, then I want to welcome you on board and say, I'm glad that we can share this journey together. But then at the same time, I know that there's other people that hear those things and they have a different response. These are people that kind of fold their arms and resist the notion of a better life. You know, something's happened along the way in their life where they've become cynical and jaded. And they've become content to settle for life as they know it. Now, if that's where you're at, I want to let you know, hey, you know what? It's okay. We're not going to force anything on you here, okay? But at the same time, I'd like to encourage you and I'd like to invite you to stay tuned in to some of the things that you're going to be hearing in the future. Just give consideration as to whether or not any of this makes sense. Because who knows, you might hear something that's going to change your life. So what is it that you can expect to see in the future? Well, at ILA, we are committed to bring you practical information that's really going to help you in your journey of personal development. We're going to be bringing to you people who specialize in relationships, people who are known in the area of wealth building and financial management, goal setting, time management, and so much more. Along with that, we're going to be introducing some fantastic material directly into the archive, what we call the vault. This is going to be specific information on how to cultivate a happy marriage or family life. Along with that, there's going to be some industry-specific information. Are you involved with sales, whether it be real estate sales or any other kind of sales? You know what? There's going to be some valuable information that you'll find in the vault. However, having said all that, I will say that there are two principles that are absolutely essential if a person has any desire for personal development. In fact, without these two principles, all of the information that you hear, no matter how valuable and valid it is, will all be rendered useless. And it's those principles that we're going to talk about next week. Until then, believe for great things, and we'll see you in the next segment.